Alright, so real quick for our friends playing along at home, yeah, it's the 14th. We're going to make some changes to the homework expectations for this week. And before we dive into Jenga, we've got a part of our math notes that are not filled in. Because I realized I'm making it too easy for you guys, and you're not even using what I give you. So what's the point? I feel like I'm just wasting paper. So maybe if we have to write some stuff on here, we'll actually use it. And now that we're getting into circles, you've either looked these up or you haven't been able to accurately solve these problems. So this goes through telling us all of the different vocab words, but circumference is a little hard to show in the notes. If you wrote circumference around the, if you really want to try to give yourself a way to remember this, circumference is the distance around But if we want to try to calculate what the circumference is, what is our formula for finding circumference? Alex? And there's actually a couple. So we can either do pi times the diameter if we know what the diameter is. Or if we don't know what the diameter is, and the diameter's all the way across, right? There's another circumference formula, Owen. Yeah, because diameter is 2 times the radius, so we're going to write this in a way that makes sense to us. We're going to still write the pi first, but then instead of diameter, we're going to write 2r, but then commutative property tells us you could say that. Owen, what had you said again? You said 2. Yeah, so Owen said 2 pi r. Is that the same as pi times 2r? Yeah, because commutative property. That's not good. That's the same one. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have on that side of the pot. Neither of them are here right now, but it wouldn't hurt. I thought you were going to bring me a new slim one like you. That's a Christmas letdown right there. All right, thanks. Thank you, Mr. Flynn. Hey, do you want to hit us with a circle formula? You got any others that you think we should know?
Yes, Mr. Mathman.
I got a sphere formula. Oh, you want to hit him with the sphere?
Yes.
Impressive. He is correct. I don't know if any of you guys know that one yet. You don't want to do area for us? Yeah, we got to do all the. We need all of them. The area one's funny because you get to talk about pies. No. Pies are square. Ha ha. Math people think we're funny. Yesterday, a question in our review was problem 114, and the answer was 114. And when they said 114, I said, no, that's the problem number. And they just stared at me. So, guys, here's the problem. If you have diameter, you have to get radius to be able to calculate area. We have to. Now, obviously, radius related to diameter, if we needed to find radius and you had the diameter, well, what are we going to do? Radius is what? Just anybody. Other way around, Broseph. Half of D. Right? The radius is half of the diameter. So if you don't have the radius and you're finding it, it's half of the diameter, which also you can look up here and see that. You have to know something. You have to know at least, if you know area, you can work backwards and find radius. If you know radius, you could work up and find diameter. If you know diameter, you could break it in half and find radius. You won't use chords until we get to high school math. You might as well know a line across the circle that is not across the middle is just called a chord. Circumference, area. Is there anything else that we needed to know for our homework yet? I think we were mainly relating diameter to radius and radius to diameter. So you could, if you wanted to, beside diameter here, you could write diameter. Well, if radius is half the diameter, then diameter is Yeah, it's twice the radius, right? Diameter is twice the radius. And radius, we said, is really the diameter divided by 2. I mean, or you can call it half the diameter, but yeah, diameter divided by 2. Owen? Have we looked at, like, have you had them in your work yet? So no, not at least while we're still in CC2. Simon? I encourage you to look that up, because I'm not sure. All right, if we need more, we can pull these back out and keep filling in more formulas. Slash, I've got formulas back there and up there and like all over the place. Let's play some Jenga. We got a decent amount of problems left, and with winter break coming, let's talk about the changes in our homework. So as we talked about yesterday, I'm not going to put any of that in math until after break. But also, I'm just going to go ahead and get 834 out of the equation. We didn't do 834 yesterday, and we're still probably not doing it today. Now what this means is don't expect Jenga when you come back to school. And also 834 is barely involved in the mastery, so I might just edit my mastery and take out any of the stuff specific to constructions. Everything else, we're done. Like, we've done everything this chapter except for constructions, which is like making triangles, making quadrilaterals. Like, what are we allowed to make? What would not work? Like, could I take this, and this, and make a triangle? You can probably figure out that would not work. And this is what we'll talk about when we actually do our construction unit. I can want it real bad, but I do not think this is going to make a triangle. Yes, I cut all these pieces in the shop last night. This one made me nervous. My hand was too close to the blade on that one. All right.
Thank you, Super Saiyan.
Ella. Well, now I realize I don't even need them until after break, because we're not going to do that lesson until after break, so that was kind of silly. But I was getting ready to make my niece an easel, because that is my next task I need to do. Ella, pick us a number, please. 4. Find the missing angles, which will take you finding x. Find the missing angles, which will take you finding x. So this is one time in mathematics where we have to trust what things look like. If something looks like a straight line, you are able to assume it is. So it'd be a really evil person to draw a diagram like that and say, but that's actually 178 degrees. So with straight lines, we assume, yes, it's a straight line. No one's being evil and messing with you here. Straight lines are straight. Whose problem is this? Are you ready? Oh, well then tell me. Well, I'm jamming. All right. You got to walk me through how we get there.
Okay. So,
What do we know first?
that's 180.
This is 180 degrees.
So minus the 27.
So we take away the 27 to say, get this out of here.
And I didn't. That's 150. Yeah. Right. Sorry, I don't use my calculator. And then you're gonna divide that by 3. Since there's 3x.
Because there are 3 x's.
Which,
51
51 degrees.
degrees. 102 degrees. Very good. Send someone up. And Owen, pick us a number. 13. Yeah, I 100% think we did. Oh, we left it there because of Taylor. Sorry, now it's not Tiso's birthday. We'll get rid of the 13. Sorry, Owen, pick again. 14. We had left it there for Taylor. I'm sorry. You do not need to use the 5D process. I probably changed what was typed on your paper. You do not need to use the 5D process. I bet I changed that on your paper. Yeah, then it's just the ghost of Tour. What? It's safe. If you can blow on it and it doesn't fall over, it's safe.
Yeah, and you have.
No mix.
I forgot to do it.
One of my favorite Christmas songs. I don't know why, I just like the weird, like, synthesizer sounds. That was a pretty good toss, but I don't trust myself to do it. So we'll beat this thing. Will making me search for your name. It's okay. You guys keep me on my toes. Anyone else find it interesting that on the 5 different things I have to give back to Mick, 4 of them he wrote his full name. 1 of them he only wrote Mick. Like, make a decision, dude. struggling with this, I would definitely split this to color code. Because sometimes the she's and who are we talking about got confused. But alright. If both girls started shopping with the same amount of money, and Lillian spent all of her money, and Isabella had $5 left, how much money did each of the girls have at the beginning? Owen got $7.50. Not if no one disagrees, because we're going to try to start making time our priority. So yeah, you could set up an equation because they both start equal to each other, right? You could build an algebraic equation. All right, real quick, I guess. Tell me what you set up to start, and then we'll. Oh, that's open my other thing. Will you pop the thing up? Then you. All right, what'd you start by setting up?
So I saw Lillian had bought 3 of the exact same notebook, and $7.50 divided by 3 equals $2.50. And if Isabella had $2.50, then $7.50 minus Isabella's money equals $5, which is how much she has, and they both started out with equal money.
So really, because you're $7.50, I don't really know where you pulled that from. What we know is Lillian bought 3. Isabella bought 1 and had $5 left. This would be the starting equation that you could build. They're equal. Lillian bought a notebook and has $5 left. Sorry, other way around. Isabella and then Lillian bought 3, and that cash amount equals each other and comes out to be $7.50. Nice work, Owen. Send someone to the tower. 14 is out of here. Laurel, next question. 10. Solve this proportion. There are many ways to do this. Ooh, I think you found a good one. Oh, that was scary. You got to put it on top. You got to put it on top. Now run away. Guys, like, I can see through, like, what the heck is going on? Scary. I feel like if we quit talking about what we're doing and just do what we're doing, we could get more of our homework done. I think we maybe were working too fast, trying to get caught up. So yeah, if we cut into fourths, we can feed more people because our slices of pizza are smaller, but now our people might not be as happy because we gave them less pizza, right? Sweet, thank you very much. I'll get this in math. I'm guessing y'all are ready. Okay, I was waiting for... I'm guessing you're just doing other problems, which is great, but we would love to do as much Jenga as possible. Alright, so I do... Bring it back. I do need to know how you did this, because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... There's at least 5 ways to do this problem. At least. How'd you do it, Laurel?
Okay, so for one of them, I started off by dividing 22 by 5 and got 4.4.
So you figured out this relationship by division is 4.4.
Yeah, so then I did the same thing on the other side. And I got x as 1.5909.
Yada yada. What's another relationship you could look at instead of going left to right? Guys, if you go top to bottom, what is this relationship? You could use that to figure out how to get to x. You could also go bottom to top, not as useful since our x is on bottom here. You could also cross multiply, that I don't know if we remember how to do. Guys, it's right up there. Cross products have to be equal. So the 22 times x would equal the 7 times 5, and then we divide to solve. Very good work, Laurel's team. Send someone up here. 10 is gone. And Amir, pick a number. What number? Given into peer pressure. This tower's so sketchy. No. Yeah, you're allowed to use both hands and kind of like poke around or whatever. I have an extreme piece of advice, but I cannot share it because that would be biased. Will, don't be a pessimist. Middle would probably be safer than outside, but... Laurel, I encourage you to look at the tower and just look if any of them look like they're begging to be pulled out.
No, right there. Take it from there. It's gonna fall. It's leading.
It's literally opened up for you.
Take it up from there.
It's like the door is open and you just have to walk through it.
Take the one that is there.
The one that literally has no blocks resting on top of it.
Laurel.
No,
Laurel.
it's that one.
Laurel. It's that one.
It would be funny if it fell.
I was right. No. That's gonna fall over.
Math. Actually, physics.
Yay!
but-
Wait,
Oh, we're gonna do fast. Okay, imagine someone put the middle one down. If you didn't fast enough, like one of those
Amir, I don't think you guys will need very long to figure out the answer to this problem. Amir, are you ready? You picked this problem. Why are you more focused on the Jenga tower than the math we need to do? Refocus. We're doing math here. If you guys ruin us playing Jenga at the same time, I'm going to be mad because I like playing Jenga. You guys know wrapping paper is also graph paper. Like legit, if you come look at it, wrapping paper is graph paper.
I love the graph. I mean, it's not.
Graphic paper, but like stuff on it.
Well, but it is. It's like 1 inch by 1 inch. Like it's graph paper.
I'm saying, like, if you try to, like, write on it, it's less. Can you make
Well, but it's like that. Like when I wrap papers, I use as little paper. When I wrap presents, I use as little paper as possible, and the grid helps you figure out exactly where to cut and cut straight. We should have a present wrapping contest. See who can use the least amount of extra paper. I'm a nerd. Yes.
No, I'm not awesome. It's just you really make me rethink things. You do. You really do. You really do.
Is wrapping paper cheap?
No,
No.
but like,
So do you want to use that much extra? Probably not.
well, no, but like,
What's up?
is there a way that
Not any. Because, like, here, take those two and this one. Make a triangle. You can't. That's what we're going to learn next lesson. But now that they're ready, we're going to move on. Amir! What do you think about this study, and can we reasonably conclude what they say up there? Tell me why or why not. Say that louder. And what are they trying to conclude? All men. They only tested. What's a physician? It's a doctor. Guys, so this doctor, whoever's doing the research, probably got onto a doctor's network, like they've got like websites and stuff. And they're like, hey, I want to do this research. Who's willing to start taking aspirin? And all the doctor friends, but they only got data from doctors. That's a really biased sample. Also, doctors and nurses tend to be some of the worst about taking care of themselves because they take care of all their patients and they get home and they like eat a bag of McDonald's because they're so guys, I'm not joking. Doctors and nurses, and some of you probably have parents who are doctors or nurses. They're terrible at taking care of themselves, and not all of them, but it like tends to be a thing because like nurses are constantly caring for other people. My mom worked with nurses in her job, so that's why I've got like a soft spot. Mick is not here.
No, because that's right. No.
Vivian! Save us from the chaos and pick a number, please. 6. Solve for the value of x. Now you gotta put it on top.
I'll rephrase it.
Achoo!
That would be all. No.
Yesterday I was tempted to use my scarf to try to like.
You should
Try
I
it.
think actually I snagged
Did you do
it.
it outside or inside?
I did it outside.
Kind of annoying because actually I think it snagged on one of the blocks because now it's got like a little like you know what I mean when something gets snagged. So I gotta like cut it and like fix it or whatever. I left my I don't even have my scarf today. It's at home. I still have my fun hat from like Monday or whatever. Go back to this mode. It's my vacation hat. This should not be that difficult. You're totally done with closure. And, yeah, I mean, I took 834 off the list for this week. So.
I'm scared.
They told me to. They said blow on it. I didn't think that would be enough. But it was enough.
It's so unstable that Chloe got it too hard and knocked it down.
Vivian, while they're rebuilding.
It would have been so
Hey,
funny.
can you guys do that quietly? Vivian, while they're rebuilding, how do we solve this? If this is all 43, we subtract the 23, and we're left with it's problem. 2x equals 20. So if 2x equals 20, what's each x equal? Yeah, 10 what? Agrees. Once it's rebuilt, send someone up. It was getting very sketchy. I figured it was going to fall. We're also almost out of class time. Ahmad, you get to pick probably what is our last problem. 9. Do the math. Then we might be able to fit in one more problem. Check this with each other real fast. We all agree. All right, Ada. No, sorry, this is Ahmad. Sorry, Ada was the one who just started saying I did this. Ahmad, what do we have? Negative 12 is correct. Send someone up if you guys would like. We don't really have time for another problem. But I mean, it worked. So, hold up. Just to say it again. I'm also not worried about if your homework doesn't get turned in tomorrow because there's a chance some of you won't ever be in my room during beta. Because if you're doing science fair, I mean, actually, you'll probably show up in my room beta. So to make sure we all kind of know what's going on tomorrow. Alpha is going to be our STEMS test in your alpha location. Starting in beta, you still keep following your schedule going to those locations, but then science fair is top priority. So you might show up at beta and immediately go do science fair and then never like be in here just chilling. If you're in here, we're going to be doing Mind Trap for candy prizes or catching up on work we need to catch up on. Then Monday is totally separate, different, Winterpalooza, movie, yada yada. But tomorrow you might not even be in my room. So if you don't get a chance to turn in your homework, that's fine. Just get it done. We'll turn it in after break. Have a great day, guys.
Would it be fine if, like, going credit, I just ran and quickly to turn it in?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, if you get a chance to turn it in, obviously that's great. That's my preference. I just don't want to stress you guys